Okay, so story time. um, I had a boss once, and she'll never know how much she impacted my life. And I think it's important for me to tell you where I was working because people might have this conception that it was some fancy job or something, when actually it was at, of all places, Dunkin' Donuts. But this woman, she taught me something. Besides being a little bit ethnically, she's a white lady. Besides being a little bit ethnically inexperienced, she was very nervous around people of color. But she liked me, and she did pretty well, anyway. And with people from other cultural backgrounds, but I could tell that she took her job seriously. It wasn't too seriously, but she took her job seriously, and she took what she learned in business school, whatever. And I think she was a manager. I think she was the manager or something. Maybe she was actually like the regional manager or something. I forget exactly what the name of her position was, but she did our training. And we did a week training thing, and I learned a lot in that week about business, or what people were teaching in business at the time. But there were two things that really stuck with me that affected my life, impacted my life, that I have taken through as this sort of gold and silver thread throughout the last 14 years or so, 14, 15 years or so. And so she said, one of the things that she said was, and I'll explain why in a minute. She said that Anshin is the most dangerous person in the room. And then this other thing she said was that you have to think of, in business, you have to think of one person as connected to 10 people. So they're actually one person is included in a group of 11 people. And then each of those 10 people that one person is connected to, are connected to 10 other people. So there are multiple groups of 11 there, and then each of those 11 people in those multiple groups of people are connected to 10 other people. So she told me that you have to see one person as being that powerful. And I remember when I never wanted to get online. I never wanted to do the YouTube thing. I never wanted to do any of that stuff. But I felt like I needed to. I felt spiritually pushed to. And I felt spiritually pushed to continue doing it, even though I immediately saw that it was an extremely toxic situation. But I've continued through anyway. And through my prayer life, I've been able to stay very much on track. I struggled a lot, but I've stayed very much on track. And I remembered what she said about one person being connected to 10 other people, and then each of those people are connected to 10 other people, and then each of those people are connected to 10 other people. And so while people were obsessing over like subscribers or that kind of stuff, or even viewerships or clicks or whatever, when people were obsessing over that, I remembered what she said. And I took also the spiritual principle of just, even if there are 4 people, show up fully for those 4 people. And I've carried that through, and it's really served me very well. It has, I've reaped many blessings from that. And so I thought I'd pass it on to you. I pass it on to the 4 people who are going to watch this video. And but I remember who you're connected to. So the reason why she said Anshin is the most dangerous person in this room was because she went around and she asked the group. She said, well, she gave us a scenario that each of us needed to answer what we would do in that scenario. And she said, so something terrible happened at a restaurant and you had a terrible experience. Are you the kind of person who would give the manager a chance to make it right, the restaurant a chance to make it right, or would you be the kind of person who would just be upset and, you know, leave early and not say anything and just never come back to the restaurant? And remember, this is sort of following up on her saying to us, you know, one person is connected to 10 people. And everybody else said I'm usually a person who gives people a chance to make it right. And I really thought about it. I remember really thinking about it. I had quite a few people before me answering, and I think most people, I think maybe every single one said that they would give the manager a chance to make it right. I think when it was my turn, I said something like, well, it depends on how egregious the mistake is, you know, or the bad experience is. But I said, at the time, I was 22, something like that. I was rather young. But maybe my viewpoint has changed more now. After all these years, I'd have to think about it more. But at the time, I said something like, it depends on how egregious the situation is. But I said I would most likely just try to get it over with, leave early, and never come back. And I have done that to many restaurants. I just never come back. And I don't say anything either. And she said, so she went all the way around the circle, and I'm pretty sure I was the only one who said that. Everyone else was like, I'll just give you a chance to make it right. And she said, that lady right there. And I was like, me? She's like, yeah. She's the most dangerous person in the room to your business. Because you want your customers. First of all, she said, you need to understand the power of one person. One customer. One person. Which is why you need to have, be attentive to each person that you serve. And she said, because you want your customers. The key to the survival of your business is that each customer is more than just themselves, that they're attached to a lot of other people. And the other thing is that she said, because that customer did not give you a chance, Anshin did not give you a chance to make it right, and she just walked out, she's going to pass that on to the 10 other people that she's connected to, and then they're going to pass it on to the 10 other people they're connected to. So she said the key to the survival of your business is treating each person as if they represent a lot more than just themselves. And when you do that, you are setting the precedent for your customers to appreciate you, to respect you, and therefore to be able to come to you, feel like they can come to you, and give you a chance to make amends and to make it right.